Clip colors. We talked about track colors in a previous lesson. Now we can talk about clip colors. So we, as was the case for track colors, you know what, I'm going to, let's select all of these, batch rename, trim these out. Okay. So clip colors, we have default setup preferences, and down here default clip color coding. Right now it's set to track color, so whatever the track color is, our clips will follow that same color. But we can also have it just organized in track, so every track will have a different color, and if we had MIDI channels or MIDI devices, we could have those for different colors. There's that setup. We could do by group. Right now we have no groups, so let's create a group. Here's the altos, and there should be a couple of tenors. Tenor. Make a group called sax. So we should have saxes as a group. Here is trombones as a group. Oh, there was another trombone there. This is also part of the trombone group. Here, we'll modify the group. Modify our groups. Let's look at bones, and we want to have this one in there as well. Okay. We have rhythm. There's bass, guitar, drums, piano. And then we have trumpets groups. So we can organize our colors, clip colors in groups. Of course, if you turn the group off, then the color goes away. So that's one cool thing about that. You can see immediately which groups are enabled. Let's see, what else can we do? Preferences. We can do it by, we already know track color. Clip list color, if you had organized any of your clips with colors, we could do that. And then lastly, we can do it by marker location, which this has been in here for at least one version of Pro Tools. I can't remember when this actually started, but it wasn't working until this 2024.10 version. This now works. So if I have, here is, there's no marker, so it picked a generic color. I can put a marker, let's say here, maybe this is verse 1, and its color is going to be red. Now the issue is that only clips, if there's no clip boundaries, then it won't pick up that color. But I could say I want all of these here, and make a clip boundary there. So now, once you have that clip boundary, then you have the new color. Let's say I have another one here, and we'll make that one whatever, this color. So those will change depending on where the clip boundary is. Undo all that because I don't want it. I'm going to go back to my default track color. The clips will follow the track color. You can also manually change your clip colors, just like you can manually change the track colors. Oh, by the way, the one feature I do seem to like to do a lot with track colors is, I'm going to take off a few things here. There we go. I like to see the colors in the track header. So if you go to, again, the color palette, we can customize the user interface. And if I look at tracks, track header saturation, I usually like to turn this on a little bit so that I can, whatever track color I have, we just bring that up again, if this was a different color. Now you can see right away the different colors of the tracks. So there's that. Back to clips. So we can manually change a clip color. I wanted this to be green. Now when I manually change a color, if I change the defaults, that color will persist. So that greenish color there will stay, even though everything else by default has changed. Until you have that clip and you say, you know what, go back to default. Then it's going to go back to whatever the default colors are. Let's put this back here. And default. Clips and tracks, default. Clips and tracks. Why is it not going default? Oh, because it's following the track color. I'm losing it. Okay, so manual clip coloring for your tracks. So a few things to bear in mind when it comes to coloring a clip the manual way. The color will persist. If you drag a clip of this color, we didn't talk about that. So if I drag this into another track that has a different color, let's see what happens. There we go. For some reason I had things. So this was the default. Let's manually change this color. Clips and tracks. I want to make it gold. So I've manually changed that color. If I drag it to another track that has, you know, a different color scheme, it's going to maintain that color. Coloring only pertains to a specific clip in the tracks area of the edit window. If you drag this clip from the clips list onto a track, that clip will follow the default coloring. So if I have base here and I bring this in, it's going to follow the default. So only the manual one that you changed will persist. We can also color clips in the clips list. So if I select some clips here, let's batch rename these so we can see what they are. Batch rename, let's trim off those 46 characters so we can see what we're dealing with. Okay, so if I want my trumpets, so clips in clip list, I want those to be all pink. So we can change the color coding of our clips in the clip lists. So it does have a note here. The colors that you assign to clips in the clips list are completely independent from the colors you assign to clips in the tracks playlist. I think I just said this, but now if I take this trumpet and I bring that trumpet in, it's not going to be pink. It's going to be whatever. It's going to follow the rules that are in the edit playlist. And if you're not seeing the colors, we can go to the clip menu and make sure that we are, I think it's, yes, show clip color. So if I turn that off, we won't see the colors. So show, we want to see colors. And that's clip colors.